Dividing polynomials. So let's say we have the polynomial 15 m to the third power plus 25 m to the second plus 30m, and we want to divide that by 5m squared. Well, the setup is when you have just a monomial, which is one term, you can split them up individually. So you're going to have 15m to the third divided by 5m squared, then plus 25m to the second divided by 5m squared, plus 30m divided by 5m squared. You can only do this with a monomial. So you simplify each piece. So the first piece would be 3m, because 5 goes in 15 3 times, m squared goes into m cubed and knocks out 2 of them. Plus, this will give you just a 5, because m squareds will cancel and 5 will go into 25 5 times. Plus, 5 goes into 36 times, and you have m at the bottom. So the answer would be 3m plus 5 over 6m for that one. Let's say, for example, you don't have a monomial. So let's say we have 3r to the third minus 22r squared plus 25r minus 6, and then we're dividing that by 3r minus 1. Well, the way you got to set that up is you got to have a 3r minus 1 on the outside of a division bar, and then you have the 3r cubed minus 22r squared plus 25r minus 6 under the division bar. So the first thing we need to think about is you're looking at just 3r. You want to say, okay, what do I need to multiply times 3r to get 3r to the third? Well, you need to multiply r squared. So you put that here, because when you multiply, you put that right on top of the r squared. So when you multiply r squared times 3r minus 1, you get a 3r cubed minus r squared. And then you must subtract the two. So when you subtract 3r to the third minus 3r to the third, that gives you 0. And then you do a negative 22r squared minus a negative r squared. So that's negative 22r squared plus r squared, which gives you a negative 21r squared. And then you bring down the next one, which is plus 25r. So now we're on this problem. So we need to ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply times 3r to get a negative 21r squared? Well, what we need to multiply is a negative 7r, because negative 7 times 3 will give us a negative 21r squared, and then negative 7r times positive 1 will give us a positive 7r. And then we subtract again. So the 21r squareds cancel. Then we do 25r minus 7r, which gives us an 18r. And then we bring down the minus 6. So now we're on the last step, which will give us an 18r. What times 3r will give us an 18r? Well, the answer is a positive 6. So we add a positive 6 and we multiply it, we have 18r plus 6, or minus 6. Apology. So when you subtract 18r from 18r, you get 0. Subtract negative 6 from negative 6, you get 0. So because you have a remainder of 0, your answer, when you divide 3r to the third minus 22r squared plus 25r minus 6 divided by 3r minus 1, the result is a r squared minus 7r plus 6. So let's try this time. We have 6y to the fourth plus 4y to the third plus 4y minus 6, and we're dividing that by 3y squared plus 2y minus 3. First of all, if you notice, you have y to the fourth, you have y to the third, but you don't have a y squared, so you need to leave a blank for that. So when you divide it, it's going to look like 3y squared plus 2y minus 3, and that's divided by the 6y to the fourth plus 4y to the third. I'll say plus 0y squared plus 4y minus 6. But you have to have a placeholder for the y squared. So first thing you want to do, what times 3y squared will give you the 6y to the fourth? Well, a 2y to the second will give us that. So if we multiply 2y to the second times everything, we have 6y to the fourth plus 4y to the third minus 6y to the second. And when we subtract everything, 6y to the fourth will cross out with 6y to the fourth. And then 4y to the third minus 4y to the third, they'll both cross out. And then we have a 0y squared minus a negative 6y squared, which will give us a positive 6y squared. And then we bring down the 4y. So, what times 3y squared will give us a 6y squared? That's just a positive 2. So when we multiply positive 2, we have 6y squared plus 4y minus 6. Because you can bring down the minus 6 also. So when you add all of those together or subtract, the result comes out to 0. The result is a 2y squared plus 2. Let's say we have a 3a squared minus 11a plus 17, and we're dividing that by 2a minus 6, 2a plus 6. Well, what it looks like is a 2a plus 6 divided by 3a squared minus 11a plus 17. So we look at the first terms of each one. So what would it take for 2a to get to 3a squared? Well, if you multiply 2a by an a, that will give you 2a squared plus 6a. And then you subtract. So 3a squared minus 2a squared is just an a squared. And 11a, negative 11a plus minus 6a will give us a minus 17a. Already what I'm noticing in this problem is that I still have an a squared. So just so you know, whenever you do these type of problems, you have to get rid of the letter you're trying to get rid of. So because I have a 3a squared and 2a squared, when I subtract, it still leaves me with the a squared, which means I did something wrong. So let's try it again. We have a 2a plus 6, and we're dividing that by a 3a squared minus 11a plus 17. So I need to multiply 2a by something that will give me 3a squared. Well, when you look at 2, what times 2 will give you 3? Well, when you divide by x by 2, then you have 3 halves. So what I really need to multiply is by 3 halves a. So when I multiply 2a by 3 halves a, I get a 3a squared. And then I have to multiply 6 by 3 halves a. Well, 6 times 3 halves, 2 goes into 6 3 times, so that gives you a 9. So that gives you a positive 9a. So when you subtract, you got 3a squared minus 3a squared, that goes away. Negative 11a minus 9a is a negative 20a. Then you bring down the 17, positive 17. So what times 2a will give you a negative 20a? Well, that's a negative 10. And when you do negative 10 times 2a, it gives you negative 20a minus 60. So when you do the negative 20a minus a negative 20a, that goes away. And then you do 17 minus a negative 60. Those two minus turns to a positive, and that gives you the result 77. So you actually have a remainder of 77. But the way they write it is they write the answer is 3 halves a minus 10 plus the remainder divided by the 2a plus 6. So this is the key part. The remainder, you always take the remainder if you have one and put it over what you are dividing by, which will give you the result of the answer.